taking an actual look at the parts that I actually salvaged. So right here is just a huge mess. I'm really sorry about this. This is basically all the computer parts that I have right now. And I can actually build this PC right this instant, but unfortunately I can't because I actually still need the case, which I think I'm picking up tomorrow. This guy, I don't even know. He doesn't respond to me. I said Tuesday and he's like, yeah, sure. And I asked for a place to meet, and he still hasn't responded to me yet, and it's actually Monday. So honestly, I don't really know what he's saying. So a couple of things I did actually off camera was, well, not off camera, I actually did film it, but I'm actually refilming everything because, well, my first video was like 25 minutes long. It was terrible quality. So so the first part I have here that I actually salvaged is the CPU cooler. And this CPU cooler is going to be perfect because it actually is all black, and it's actually a good looking CPU cooler. It's not like that ugly, and it's actually in my personal personally, this looks better than the stock cooler. And all I have to do is actually just clean off the thermal paste, which is actually super easy to do. And I'm not too sure why it's not focusing. Focus, camera. I know you want to focus. Hang on. I'll just focus on that. So that's the first part that I salvaged, and this thing actually came with the CPU cooler, which I'm actually going to be selling this PC right here. I'm going to be selling it for maybe about like $35 or something. I'll try selling it for $40, but I really doubt that. So $30 to $40. So basically, this PC, what it has in it right now, it's the power supply, the case, and also the DVD drive, and then an 80mm fan. So maybe I might be able to sell this for $40. I'm not too sure, but if I do sell it for $40, that'd be super awesome. So moving on to not look at my super messy room right now, because I've been looking at some PC pots. So this is the first part that I salvaged from this PC build. Not from this PC build. And the second part that I actually salvaged is this, which is actually 4 gigabytes of DDR3 1333 RAM. But I'm actually going to be selling this. I actually did already sell it for $25, so I'm going to go ahead and give this away. So so I actually bought this for $135 Canadian, but I don't know why there's this $40 UPS shipping cross-border fee, so I had to pay for that. So it actually totaled the cost up to $175. So minus $25 for the RAM, which I'll be selling. So that's $150. And if I can sell it for $40, the case and the power supply, the DVD drive, and also the 80mm fan, maybe then it'll only rally up to $110, which is still actually pretty cheap. So that's the CPU cooler. That's the first part. The second part that I salvaged from this PC is actually the hard drive. So this is actually, I'm going to be using, so I have actually 2 hard drives right now, as you can see on this power supply. Just ignore all these parts. I'm literally showing you all the parts I'm using. But as you guys can see right here, focus, if it can focus. Okay, I'm not too sure if this is going to focus, so I'm just going to show this one. So the first drive, this is the drive I actually salvaged. This is a Hitachi 160 gigabyte, 7,200 RPM drive. And so I'm actually using this as like the operating system drive because, first of all, 120 gigabytes is actually pretty, that's okay for a, just like the Windows operating system. And I'm actually using this because this is actually 7,200 RPM, 160 gigabytes, which says it right. Oh, backwards. There we go. Actually says it right there. So I'm going to be using this drive for the actual operating system, and that drive is actually a 1 terabyte, but it's only 5,400 RPM, and that's why I'm not going to be using that for the operating system. So there's going to be 2 drives in this next build that I'm going to be using. So moving on is the next one, the actual the last part that I salvaged. I was actually going to salvage the 80mm fan because it was all black and it was actually really nice, but unfortunately, I couldn't even take it out of the PC. I don't really know why, but I don't know, I'm really dumb. But as you can see right here, so this is the next thing that I salvaged. This is just basically, this is for the motherboard, as you can see. So it basically is just the I/O shield. And I don't really know why, but this is kind of soft. Like, this is really soft. It's not actually brushed aluminum this side, but this side is actually aluminum. Like, this is just, like, really soft. It's like pillow. I don't know. It's really, really soft. And right here, I'm actually not testing it right now. I already know all these parts work, so that's great. So basically, I just put in this graphics card to see if it'll actually work, because I already have 2 graphics cards sitting there. To see if it'll actually fit in this PCI slot. And it actually does, so that's really awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. Get out of here. Okay, you know what? I don't know how to take this out because I'm really dumb. There we go. Get out. Okay, this is literally not, do not pull a graphics card like that. Don't be like the idiot called Kyra, or named Kyra, and I can't even slide my fingers under this, that's why. Oh, okay, do not, what the heck? You know what? Seriously, do not be Kyra. Okay, I'm gonna break this, so I'm not gonna touch this anymore. But anyways, I'm not too sure why the lock isn't actually coming out. I can't put my fingers through, so, okay, you know what? Oh my goodness. Well, I'll be right back for a second. Okay, now that I actually didn't break it while removing it, as you guys can see right here, so, sorry about my ugly feet. I know about that, guys. You guys don't like seeing my ugly feet. I'm really sorry. But as you guys can see here, this is the last part that I salvaged from this PC. Actually, no, this is the second last part that I salvaged from this PC. And as you guys can see, the PCI slot, it's kind of weird. It's not like your standard PCI slot. Like, the lock is, like, this is, like, the same, but this lock type is really messed up. And that's how the graphics card actually got stuck onto this motherboard. I don't really know why, but it's kind of weird like that. I don't know, but it works fine, so I guess that's perfectly fine. Requires a 24 pin and also only a 4 pin. And so the theme of this build is actually red and black, and unfortunately the motherboard is, as you can see, green, blue. Well, it's just mostly green, and this is a really ugly color, but the, oh my gosh, my ugly feet, I'm sorry. But the RAM and also, like, so the RAM, the graphics card, and the CPU cooler will probably cover a little bit of the green, so that's really awesome. But I'm really hoping that there's not that much green in this build, because that's like the only green. Everything else is all black and red and really nice looking. But this motherboard actually has everything that I need. Like, it's seriously like I don't, hang on, I'm just gonna push this down a little bit. Like, it actually has everything that I would like in a motherboard. Except that it's not black or just black and red or just red. It's just really ugly, like it's just all these colors. So looking at the side of it, it's actually like the USB ports, zoom in because I'm kind of far. As you can see, the ports on it, it's actually not bad. Like, there's a couple USB ports, which is perfectly fine. And I actually really like this IO shield though, because it's actually like, as you can see, it actually names it. There's like 5, 6, 7, 8, the not the microphone, like as you can see, microphone, like it just has everything, and that's what I thought was like super cool about this. And of course it fits perfectly. Oh, I know why there's padding. Like, I know why there's actually soft padding, so that it doesn't rub against the metal, so that it doesn't damage it. That's actually really smart, really smart. So that's what it'll look like. Pretty good. Oh wait, no, it's all zoomed in, sorry. I'll just zoom in a little bit like that. So moving on, this motherboard, so it has actually 4 DIMM slots, so that is super awesome. So I'm just gonna rotate this. It has 4 DIMM slots. It actually has a couple PCI too. I think these are PCI 4s, but that's a PCI 1 slot. I don't really know, but this is actually PCI 3.0, which I think, actually no, I think it's 2.0, but this motherboard actually supports GDR3, I think 1600 hertz. So that's perfect. Or I know it supports 1333, that's like for sure, but my RAM, the one I actually have, is actually 1600, so it might not fit, or not, it will fit, but I'm not sure if it'll actually like work properly. But as you guys can see, this motherboard is actually not like, this is not actually a mini ITX or a micro ATX motherboard. Like, this is an SFF motherboard, but I actually did search it up, and this will actually fit. Like, this motherboard will actually fit in our case that we have, but The unfortunate thing is that the bottom screws, like right here where my fingers are, there's a screw about here, and there's a screw here. You actually cannot screw those in, but you can screw in every single thing, like every single other screw, because it actually works like that. But down here, those screws are not compatible. There's gonna be no screw holes for that. But I guess that's fine. And also, I think these ones too. I think it's only gonna be the top 5 that are gonna be holding it up, but it'll still work perfectly fine. So I guess that's okay. So moving on to, actually, I think that's it. Time to show you guys something. Actually, wait. No, that's not it. I actually have to test out I've been filming for 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This video was not supposed to be this long. But as you guys can see right here, take out my RAM. I need to test it. This is the RAM that I'm using, by the way. I actually need to test it out and see if it's actually gonna work or not. Actually, like, see if it'll fit. It should fit. Because like this actually uses like different type of, not different type of RAM, but like, does it fit? It fits. Ew, that's really ugly. Actually, you're not really gonna see too much of the green. I like the blue better, but so let's take this out. Literally everything in this whole build is red and black except this ugly looking motherboard. But turns out this RAM does fit perfectly, so that is super awesome. Just gotta test out the parts, see if they actually work together. Because this is an SFF motherboard, it is a little bit different comparing it to other things. So the last and final part of this is the CPU itself. It has thermal paste on it. It's gross, but I'm gonna be cleaning that off, and also cleaning off the thermal paste off the CPU cooler, as you can see. And I'm just gonna put these up. There we go. So moving on to the actual CPU cooler, not the CPU cooler, the CPU. And don't worry guys, I already checked if there was any bent pins. There are absolutely nada, because I already opened up this. Hopefully I don't add a bent pin or something. So here it is. This is the main reason why I bought this PC. And this PC actually doesn't come with Windows, so I'll have to buy that. But I can actually get it for like $13 on eBay, and it's actually, like, I think it's real. Like 300 people bought it before, and they say like it works great. It's not like it's not pirated or anything like that, or generated code or like a student code, nothing like that. It's actually, so taking a look at the most important part and why I actually bought this PC, this thing. So this is actually an i5 2400, as you guys can see. And actually you guys can't see, but yeah, so an i5 2400, that's actually the main reason why I bought this PC. And before I do end the video though, I want to say a couple things. So this Thursday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I won't be actually in BC, so that's where I live. And I won't be able to upload videos those days, but actually I might, because I'm actually going to be heading up to Victoria for some BC provincial track. I made it to the BC provincials, and so basically that's like to see who the best of the best is in BC. So yeah, so I maybe will be doing some vlogs. I actually, if you're wondering, I got fourth in the not fourth, I got fifth in the 400 meters out of 24 people. So that's pretty awesome. And then I also made it for the 200 meters, which I got 22nd, which is a little worse, but I still made it for that, so who cares? But yeah, so thank you guys all so much for watching the video once again. So I will, like, probably on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'll actually try to upload a vlog for you guys from Victoria for all those 3 days. So yeah, so thank you all so much for watching once again. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. An i5 2400 is going to be in my next PC build, so watch out for that. And goodbye.